In this chapter, we're going to be talking about how to do arithmetic with C#. And in this particular lesson, we're going to start off kind of slowly by talking about the arithmetic operators. And we're going to do that via a couple of variables. We'll start out with int variables. We'll do num1 and num2. We better assign those variables values. So we'll do 24, 13. And I did that on purpose. I had one even number, one odd number for a reason. We'll see that in just a moment. So we'll start out here. The first operator is the addition operator, which is the plus sign. So the plus sign performs arithmetic. I should mention that the arithmetic operators are binary, which means that there has to be an operand on the left side and an operand on the right side. Let's go ahead and run that. Let me add a read key first. And we'll start debugging. And we get 37, as we expect. The next operator is subtraction, and that's the dash or the minus sign. Let's run again. And we get 11. So 24 minus 13 is 11. Next up is multiplication, which is the asterisk. Or sometimes I call that the star because it's easier to say than asterisk. And 24 times 13 is 312. And then finally, we have division, which is the /, like so. Then when we run the program, that's why I made 13 an odd number, or num2 13 an odd. Notice that when you're working with integer values, you don't get a floating point result with division. So we lost some information there. And that can always be a problem, so you need to be careful about declaring your data types based on the type of operations you're going to be performing on them. Because with 24 divided by 13, that answer is not 1, of course. All we have to do here is change the data type to double, and then run again, and we'll see that we get 1.85 rounded off. And so then finally, the last operator we want to talk about in this lesson is the modulus operator. That's the percent sign. And that's for remainder arithmetic. We'll just stick with our two regular variables first. And we'll see that 24 divided by 13 leaves a remainder of 11. Now that may not mean much, and modulus doesn't get used all that often with numbers like that, but let me show you a situation where it does come in handy. 4 modulus 2 should give us a value of 0, as you see there. Let's do one more. 4 mod 3 will give us 1, but really what I wanted to show you was the operation before that. Anytime you perform modulus with 2 and the result is 0, that means that that number, the number you perform the modulus on, is an even number. So you can use modulus to determine if a number is even or odd. Any number mod 2 that has a result of 0 is an even number. Any odd number, for example, 3 mod 2, will come out 1, as you'll see right here, because there's a remainder of 1 when you divide 3 by 2. So to review, the arithmetic operators are the plus sign, the minus sign, the asterisk, the slash for division, and the percent sign for modulus. Those are not all of the operations you can perform in C#. Those are just the built-in operators. Later in the chapter, we'll look at using a class, the math class, to perform other operations such as square root and absolute value and operations like those. But those are the primary or the built-in arithmetic operators. And that wraps up this lesson on them. In the next lesson, we're going to talk about the order of precedence, because there is a particular order of precedence in how the operators are evaluated. And we're going to look at that in the next lesson.